But Antonio Chacha, who is now a drug pricing analyst, the way he put it was, it's so convenient you have to force people to use it. You know,
Gotcha. Right. Yeah.
I remember when mail order was the thing. I mean, everybody was kind of getting into it, and you were forced to do it. You really kind of were. With your insurance company, you have to use this mail order to get
blown away.
I remember that now. And that's kind of I don't sense that anymore per se. Maybe it just wasn't profitable to do. I don't know what the scenario is, but I remember that probably 10, 15 years ago. Well, it was that way, maybe, yeah.
And they're different, different drugs. If you've got a maintenance drug that it just shows up, and it also can't be harmed by transit, which a lot of these drugs can be.
If they're refrigerated, maybe, or whatever.
Sure. And we've heard stories of that. They show up on your doorstep and they sit in 100-degree weather.
Yeah.
Right. But, you get 90 days worth of pills and it shows up in your mailbox. Great. But that's something through this whole, 7-year odyssey now, we've gotten to know a lot of Ohio pharmacists. And that's a service independents just provide. Your poor old mom can't get out of the house anymore.
Yeah.
They just deliver her drugs to her doorstep free of charge. And those people are being forced out of business.
And I guess Amazon is now doing pharmaceutical deliveries.
I was just going to ask, how does that play into that? My mind went the exact same direction with Amazon. Is that in this whole realm, or is it a kind of an outlier?
Did they buy a pharmaceutical chain or something?
I don't really know about. I'm embarrassed to say.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
No.
I know it's a recent development, like in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
that they got into that.
Yeah,
and Mark Cuban's into this game now too.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he started Cost Plus Pharmacy because that's how it's. I've spent a lot of time trying to explain how this all works, but it's huge. These are ginormous companies.
Yeah,
you need a whiteboard.
You do, and in fact, when I was at the dispatch, we spent a lot of time trying to come up with some sort of a diagram to show how all this works. We never could come up with one that wasn't so busy.
But where it really narrows, when you say 3 PBMs control 80% of the distribution. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's not just
that is a choke point right there.
Right.
That's monopoly stuff.
Real close.
Right.